Walaikum Assalam. How are you doing, Firdaus?
Assalamu alaikum, miss.
Okay, good. Okay, so let's continue. It's our first lecture for e-commerce applications. Let me give you a short briefing about this subject. This subject is totally based on e-commerce based businesses and the applications that we can use for e-commerce purposes. E-commerce is a kind of business that we do online. Like there are multiple people who are selling their products and services online, and they are using specific applications in order to get the orders and then deliver the products to the people. They record their shippings and the payments, and each and everything is recorded with these kind of applications in which we have everything integrated with each other, and we are giving a whole experience to the user who are going to use it. So if we are going to create any e-commerce based application, what we need to do is we need to have proper information about the product that we are creating the application for. Then we need to have the proper tools and equipments that are needed to create the specific application. And also we need to have a very good idea about the product that we are going to create. So this is something that we are going to do in this course outline. Let me give you the introduction, but first let me know if you guys are confused about how e-commerce applications are going to work, and if there is any question you can ask me. Otherwise, we are going to proceed with our first learning outcome. It's our first learning outcome in which we need to understand the principles of e-commerce. So let's continue with our first activity, which is to explain the e-commerce principles. First, we will understand all the e-commerce concepts, the overview of the role of internet in e-commerce, the issues that are related to e-commerce, and each and everything that is related to the basics of e-commerce will be covered in this. Then we will explain the relationship between the e-commerce principles and the models of e-commerce. And also we will see how the models and the principles are interrelated to each other. We will see the benefits of the e-commerce principles as well. So let's start from the beginning. So the e-commerce or the electronic commerce is a methodology of modern businesses which address the requirements of business organizations. It can be broadly defined as the process of buying or selling of goods or services using an electronic medium. So as I have talked about it, we need to have an electronic medium through which we can sell and purchase things, and the medium between all the communication and all the transactions and all the process is the internet. So e-commerce refers to the paperless exchange of business information using the following ways. The principles that it follows are electronic data exchange, electronic mail, electronic bulletin boards, and electronic fund transfer. Other network-based technologies are all the principles that it works on. Basically, these are the principles on which it works. Like whenever you are dealing with e-commerce, everything will be every activity will be performed electronically. So let's suppose we are talking about electronic mail. If you are working in just like we do some purchases online, so what we do, we follow a proper process and ultimately we get an electronic email in which we get to know about all the details of the order that we have just made, like the order number, the tracking id, and all the other stuff like the payment and all the like the method and the proper shipment addresses. Each and everything is tracked in it, so everything is managed electronically here. So we have proper electronic email which is following the whole process. Same as the all other stuff, like the fund transfer is electronic, the bulletin boards in which we are getting all the information like the tracking boards and the dashboards of your order pages. Each and everything is electronic here. So let's see the features of e-commerce. The features that e-commerce encompasses are the non-cash payments. Like you don't need to give the cash payments. You can pay online. You can have the 24 by 7 service availability. Like every time, whenever you want to place your order, you can. You don't need to wait for the opening of the shop to place your order. Advertisement and marketing is performed online, and you can say that in e-commerce applications or e-commerce based businesses we have more chances or possibilities of advertisement, like the good advertisement methodologies to be used. We can have improved sales with the help of e-commerce businesses, and we can get the maximum support from the support agents that are being hired for the process. Inventory management is performed very well. And also we can have communication improvement as well. Like the communication that we are going to have is the one that is the most improved communication. Next, if we talk about the advantages of e-commerce based businesses, we have different categories. Like the advantages of e-commerce to the organizations are different to the society, like the users or the consumers who are gonna buy the products and then sell to other people are the ones who are going to purchase directly from the organizations or the organizations that are basically selling the products on electronic medium. All these different identities have different benefits of e-commerce. So let's see their benefits one by one. Advantages to organizations. So just let me know about your thoughts. What do you think about it? Like, what are the advantages of e-commerce to organization? Okay, for those, good point added. Okay, so let's see some other benefits. As for those said that the income can also be increased, like the people can buy 24 by 7, so organizations can have more revenue. Okay, so using e-commerce, organizations can expand their market to national and international markets with minimum capital investment. As we know, in e-commerce based businesses, we are not have limited marketplaces if where we can sell our products. It's something that we can sell our products internationally as well, and you don't need to do any hustle for this. Everything will be managed electronically. E-commerce help organizations to reduce the cost to create, process, distribute, retrieve, and manage the paper-based information by digitizing the information. E-commerce improves the brand image of the company, like the image is being strong if you are using e-commerce based applications. E-commerce helps organizations to provide better customer service, like the customer service that is going to be provided to the people with the help of e-commerce based applications will be definitely more beneficial and more accurate, because the people who are going to get the assistance are basically getting it 24 by 7, so they can have better responses. E-commerce helps to simplify the business processes and make them faster and efficient. E-commerce reduces the paperwork that they need to do. It increases the productivity of organizations. So this is how organizations can get maximum benefits from the overall e-commerce based businesses. Now let's see the benefits or the advantages to the customers who are going to purchase things. It provides them 24 by 7 support. They can get the product anytime, anywhere, and they can easily access it by staying at their home. E-commerce applications provide user with more options and quicker delivery of products. Like they can get maximum options in front of their eyes. They can choose very easily from the within the range of the products that are given, and then ultimately they can get them delivered as soon as possible. E-commerce applications provides user with more options to compare and select the cheaper and the better options. It depends upon the choice of the people who, some people want the cheaper products, some people want the good products. So there are multiple options they can choose from them. A customer can put review comments about a product and can see what other are buying, and this is how they can get the idea about the product, if it is going to be the valid or the good product for them to purchase or not. So e-commerce provides options of virtual auctions as well. They can get everything virtually, so they don't need to go to the market in order to get the product. It provides readily available information. A customer can see the relevant detailed information within seconds rather than waiting for days or weeks. E-commerce increasing the competition among organizations, and as a result, organizations provide substantial discounts to customers. So this is how they can get better outputs, and ultimately they can manage their services in a greater manner. And to the society, what are the advantages of e-commerce? Let's see. Customers can not need to travel to shop or the product, so there will be less traffic on roads and low air pollution. This is the advantage to society. E-commerce helps in reducing the cost of products, so less affluent people can also afford the products. E-commerce has enabled, this is just because lower cost is in a way because they are not spending lots of resources, just like the electricity and the market expenses that they need to bear if they are running physical store. So this is how they can limit down the overall cost of the product. E-commerce has enabled rural areas to access services. the people who are not able to basically afford the products that are very high in amount, they can easily get that product. So e-commerce has enabled rural areas to access services and products which are otherwise not available to them, and this is how they can easily get the products in their areas where no good markets are available and they are not able to purchase the things from them. E-commerce helps the government to deliver public services such as healthcare, education, social services at a reduced cost and in an improved manner, because we are having everything at our fingertips. Like, deliveries are quick. We don't need to wait long for the products to be delivered, and we are getting things in a better way. Like, we are having more choices. So this is how it is giving the advantages to the society as well. Then, what are the issues that people may face during the e-commerce based businesses? The need for online identity verification, like they need to have proper verification of their identity if they are going to do the e-commerce based business. Otherwise, people are not gonna trust them. Outshining the vast competition, you are having a very high competition, so you need to have some very unique ideas that will help you to shine out in the vast competition. The need to revamp selling tactics, like there are some selling tactics that needs to be revised because they are not doing well for you, so you need to make some changes to your selling tactics in order to get more customers. Shopping cart abandonment, like people who are getting the like not getting the enough space to their shopping carts are not really likely to enjoy it. You need to give them proper scope for the shopping cart so they can easily purchase the things that are needed for them. Maintaining customer loyalty, it depends upon your choices. If you are not giving them the good products or you are not giving them good customer service, then they are not going to be interested in your products. And if you are not loyal to your customers, customers are not going to buy your products. So you need to maintain the customer loyalty at a very high rate. The headaches of product return and refund, you need to do make a good policy for return and refund in order to get the maximum loyalty from your customers as well. The struggle of competing on price and shipping, you need to manage everything. The shipping prices, although the shipping cost is different, and for each company that you are going to work with, and also you need to manage the prices for all the like the product and for the shipping as well. Competing against retailers and manufacturers, like you need to compete against all the other people who are making the same or making or selling the same products as like you. The heightened demand for data security is also a biggest issue here. So all these issues needs to be handled with care so that you can have better experience. So how you can solve these issues: take proper steps to verify online shoppers information, always send a verification link when a customer sign up. With COD purchases and automated call count, even go out to the customer asking them to validate the delivery address. This is an approach in which you can easily track either the customer is really concerned about the product or they have generally made the order but they are not gonna accept it. So this is how you can verify the customers. Then you need to conduct thorough research into competitors and market to develop your digital marketing strategy. You need to invest in promotional offers. Promotional offers are something that basically give the give the customers a little off so that they can have more interest in your product. Consider offering your products in prominent marketplaces like Amazon and eBay. And these e-commerce sites already have a vast network of buyers. So pitching and branding your product here will be a plus point for you. Okay, so after that, you need to consider redesigning your shopping cart to remove the bugs or unnecessary long fonts. You need to redesign your products or the shopping carts as per the needs or the correct standards of the marketplace. First, make sure your customer service processes are effective from ordering online to shipping. So every process needs to be very effective so that the customer don't need to spend lots of time in order to make order, and ultimately they can get the products in very less time so that they can show you the most interest in your products, and they will shop from you again and again if they will have good experience one time. Next thing is the e-commerce models. We have talked about the principles and how we can manage the products. We have seen the advantages and the benefits of the e-commerce based businesses as well. So now we are going to discuss the e-commerce based models. If you people have any question regarding the previous terms, you can ask me anytime. I'm going to continue and I'm waiting for your questions. If you have any question, you can ping me up so I can answer them. So the models that we have are basically there are multiple models for e-commerce based businesses, but the most commonly used are the business to business and business to consumer based models. However, we have multiple other as well, like the consumer to consumer, consumer to business, consumer to government, government to business, and then government to citizen. So these are the models for e-commerce based businesses. You can choose one as per your requirements and the choices. So let's discuss them one by one. First, we have a business to business model. Website that following the business to business model sell its product to an intermediate buyers who then sell the product to the final customer. So here we have two people. Like first we have a person in between the overall purchase who will purchase the products from the business and then they will sell to the other people. So the first thing is the business is basically going to sell the products to another businessman. As an example, a wholesaler places an order from a company's website and after receiving the consignment, sell the end product to the final customer who come to buy the product at one of its retail outlets. So this is something like if you have been purchasing multiple things from people, like if you are going to order bulk of t-shirts from a brand, like a well-known brand or maybe an average brand, but you are going to get a bulk of purchases like the whatever the item is. I am just taking the t-shirts as an example. Now you have purchased them. After you receive the consignment, what you are going to do, you are going to sell the t-shirts individually to the people who are interested in your product. So this is a business to business model in which we have an intermediate identity as well. To take it as an example, we have a business organization and a wholesaler. Then they both are communicating each other with the help of their websites. Wholesaler or made an order at the website. Order processing is done, and the business organization supplies to the wholesaler. After that, wholesalers sell the products to the customer. So this is the whole flow chart that depicts how the business to business model works. Next, we have business to consumer model, a website following the B2C business model that its product directly to a customer. A customer can view the products shown on the website. This is the simplest experience that we people have multiple times. The customer can choose a product and order the same. The website will then send a notification to the business organization via email, and the organization will dispatch the product or goods to the customer. Let's see its example. Simply, the customer makes an order, website uh, order to the website, and then the order processing is done. And business organization supplies the products to the customer directly. Here, we don't have any internal or the third party involved in this business. Then we have the consumer to consumer model. A website following the C2C business model helps consumer to sell their asset like residential property, car, motorcycles, etc., or rent a room by publishing their information on the website. Website may or may not charge the consumer for its servicing, and other consumer may opt to buy the product of the first consumer customer by viewing the post advertisement on the website. This is something like you have made an ad, just like there is an website like an application, you can say that, which is OLX, from where people can sell their product to other people. Like they can place and generate an ad, and ultimately the person who is interested in the product will get connected to the person and ultimately they will purchase that product. So this is how people buy things from other people with the help of advertisements that are generally made. And here is the depiction where first customer want to sell product, they will place the advertisement at the website, and the second person who wants to buy the product will purchase it or simply get it. The the second person will send the money. Whenever the first customer will receive that money, they will send the product, and the second customer will receive the product. So this is the whole process in which we will deliver the products. Then we have consumer to business. In this model, a consumer approaches a website showing multiple businesses organizations for a particular service. The consumer places an estimate of the amount he or she wants to spend for a particular service. For example, the comparison of interest rates of personal loan or car loan provided by various banks via website. So what you are going to do is you are going to get the idea or all the information from the website for various banks, like how to get the personal or the car loans. It's just an example from the banking sector. A business organization who fulfills the consumer's requirement within the specific budget approaches the customer and provides its services. Here, the business organization process the orders, and the orders are processed at the website, and simply the customer places money for a particular service, and ultimately they will receive the product once the business organization will receive the money. Then we have business to government model. In this model, it's a variant of B2B model. Such websites are used for government to trade and exchange information with various businesses organizations. Such websites are accredited by the government and provide a medium to businesses to submit application forms to the government. It's just like whenever you want to apply for any kind of government job or any kind of government seat or any other application that you want to submit, what you can do is you can use different kind of websites that allows you to fulfill the form, and ultimately you get the access to that form or whatever you want to submit. And here you get like the business organization connect to the website, and ultimately they will get connected with the government directly. So the business organizations cannot directly connect with the government. They need to have a medium in between, which is the website that are provided by the government as well. Then we have government to business. This is an opposite of business to government. Government uses B2G model websites to approach business organizations. Such websites support auctions, tenders, and application submission functionalities. Wherever they want to get the access to the business organizations, they can simply connect to the websites that are offering them the services, and then they can connect to the business organization. Next, we have government to citizens. Government uses government to citizen model website to approach citizens in general. Such websites support auctions of vehicles, machinery, or any other material. Such websites also provide services like registration for birth, marriage, or death certificate. The main objective of G2C service websites is to reduce the average time for fulfilling citizens' requests for various government services. Whenever multiple people are trying to access the government offices and they want to get the services, like if they want to create the birth certificate or the marriage or death certificate or any other certificate that they want to get, they need to spend lots of time there by waiting for their turn to come. Whenever their turn comes, they go to the office and ultimately get their services done. With the help of different websites, nowadays people can directly access to the government websites, and what they can do is they can fill up the forms online, and ultimately they get the services. And for that purposes, they don't need to wait very longer time, and alternatively, the offices are having less burden of work because most of the requests are being done online, and people don't need to wait like the for the services, and the service agents also don't need to wait longer time for their turn to end up, and they don't get exhausted whenever they have limited number of people to serve. These were the business models. Let's see the difference between the e-commerce businesses and the e-businesses. What is the difference between them? E-commerce refers to performing online commercial activities, transactions over internet, like buying and selling products, making monetary transactions, etc. over internet. Internet is used for e-commerce. Websites and applications are required for e-commerce. It is mainly connected with the end process of flow, means connected with the end customer. Examples of e-commerce are online retailers like Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, Paytm, and seller of digital goods like ebooks, online services, etc. So all these services are the e-commerce services that are provided by different people, and many people are using these services to sell the products. The activities of e-commerce businesses, e-commerce, basically the activities that are related to e-commerce generally are buying and selling of products online, online ticketing, like to book the tickets online, online payment, just like the any kind of fee or the billing or any other transaction that you want to pay, paying different taxes. If you want to pay the tax online, you can use different online mediums. Then you can have online accounting softwares that with which you can track the overall accounts of your organization. Online customer support is also provided, which will help you to get the assistance in any kind of activity that is not being you are being able to perform. Then we have e-businesses. It refers to performing all type of business activities through internet. It includes the activities like procurement of raw material, like if you want to purchase the raw material or the goods, the customer education, supply activities like buying and selling of products, making monetary transactions, etc. over internet. Internet are used in e-businesses. Internet and the extranet are basically the internal networks that the organizations can create for their own business only, and they can use like do these transactions over these networks. And websites, applications, ERP, CRM, etc. are required for e-businesses. The ERP, basically these are the softwares, ERP and CRM, that are basically the customer relationship management and the resource planning. These are the basically softwares that helps you to manage your overall business. Like when you have a proper website and you are managing the resources, like the all the organizational resources that are needed for the products to be manufactured, and then you want to track the customer relationship inside your organization. All these activities, all these tasks are managed in e-businesses, and you need to have proper like information and the embedment of all these activities or all these components in your e-business in order to achieve maximum output. E-businesses are e-commerce companies and its various internal business activities, auction site, classified site, and software and hardware developer sites, etc. All these activities are the part of e-commerce e-businesses. So the activities of e-commerce e-business are the online store setup where you can show all the products of your organization that you're which is manufacturing. Then you can give the customer education, like what are you creating, what are the informations about the products, like the quality of the products, raw material, the quality of the material that is used, and each and every education that you want to give to your customers. Then buying and selling the products, this is also involved in e-commerce as well. Monetary business transactions, like if you want to have the make the business transactions, you can use different payment methods in your e-business. And then you can have supply chain management, in which you can easily track what are the products created and how long you need to wait for the products to be delivered to the people who have made the order. Then email marketing is also involved in e-businesses, because they can get the people who make an order will can easily get notified for the other activities that are going to happen in your business with the help of the email push notifications that they get whenever they sign into your broadcast or any email channel that you are using to send the notification to people. So this is the difference basically. Let's see the point-wise differences between e-commerce and businesses. E-commerce refers to performing online commercial activities and the transactions over internet, and e-business refer to performing all business activities through internet. E-commerce is a narrow concept and it is considered as a subset of e-business. E-business is a broad concept and is considered as a superset of e-commerce. Commercial transactions are carried out in e-commerce, and the commercial transactions are basically also carried out in e-businesses as well. In e-commerce, transactions are limited. Like you can have limited number of transactions that you can perform. E-businesses transactions are not limited. You can choose the transaction limit as per your own business requirements. Then we have some of the e-commerce covered outward or external business processes versus the e-business covered internal and external business processes or activities. So e-commerce include the activities like buying and selling products, making monetary transactions. We have discussed all these points. It usually requires the use of only a website. It includes activities like the buying and selling products, making the monetary transactions, etc. over internet. And the e-businesses include activities like the procurement of raw materials, the goods and the services, the customization, supply activities like buying and selling products, making monetary transactions, etc. over internet. Then in e-commerce, if we talk about it, usually requires the use of only a website with which you can use the uh, simply you can use the website to sell your products. You don't need to have your own website or own activities and meant to manage the projects or overall activities. So how you can manage everything here is you just need to get connected to a website and then you can make the transactions done. But in e-businesses, you need to have multiple websites, CRM, ERP that connect different business processes to your business. It involves the mandatory use of internet, and in e-businesses, you can use internet, intranet, and extranet, all the kinds of networks. And in e-commerce, it is more appropriate in business to consumer context, in which we have talked about different models, but the business to consumer model context is something in which we can simply sell the products directly to the customers. E-business is more appropriate in business to business context, in which businesses deal with other businesses to sell their products, and then the middle person or the other business who purchase sell the product to the other people. This is how the business e-business and e-commerce work. I hope it is clear to you all. If you have any question, you can ask me. This is all for our today's lecture. We need to understand the e-commerce applications and the models and the principles, all the activities of the e-commerce based applications, and we have seen multiple advantages or the issues that are related to e-commerce, and then we have talked about the solutions to it and all the other stuff. If you people have any question, you can ask me so that we can understand how it is going to work. Okay, if no one have any question, this is all from my side. If you people have any question like regarding the class and the learning content, you can ask me. Otherwise, I am going to end the class. Okay, then I'll see you all in the next class. Till then, take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.